What is going on, my fellow Jets fans? Welcome to another edition of the New York Jets State of Mind podcast. I'm your host, Malcolm Harper, aka MHJetsFan83. You can follow me on X, Instagram, and YouTube at MHJetsFan83. You can also find my podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. You could also find video episodes of my podcast on my YouTube channel, which is MHJetsFan83, which is one word. This is going to be a short show for me because I'm still jet lagged from my vacation to Hawaii, so just bear with me. Before I get started, what has been a crazy week for the New York Jets, let me start off by saying thank you so much for the love and support. It's very much appreciated, and I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. As I mentioned in my last episode, I was on a plane going to Hawaii for my vacation, and yes, I did watch the game the entire way. And we should have never lost to the Minnesota Vikings. The final score was 23-17. Aaron Rodgers did not play well, and I'm gonna call it for what it is. That pick six killed us. The drops by Alan Lazard killed us, and Aaron Rodgers basically just got beat up by the Minnesota Vikings defense. And honestly, I didn't even think that Aaron Rodgers was actually going to go and finish the game. But despite all that, we had the chance to win the game. And obviously, the interception by Stephon Gilmore ended the game. The moral of the story from that game is through the first 5 games, except for the Patriots game, that we just need to start fast. We were down 17-0 at halftime, and we had to go play catch up. Obviously, what happened last Tuesday on my 41st birthday with the firing of Robert Saleh. I was shocked initially, but at the same time, I was not at all because we're 2-3 and we should be 4-1 because we're way too talented right now, especially in the win now season. And if it was for those drop passes and the offensive line not protecting Aaron Rodgers, we should definitely be 4-1. Hopefully, with the new interim head coach, Jeff Albrecht, will provide a spark to the team. Also, with Todd Dowling being the new offensive coordinator, let's hope we can get back to the run game instead of Aaron Rodgers trying to drop back every single time. I found out in that last game against the Minnesota Vikings, Aaron Rodgers dropped back 54 times. That's way too many times. So the offensive line needs to play better, and more importantly, the running game needs to be better. Let's get to the matchup quickly about against the Buffalo Bills. As I said in the beginning of this podcast, in the very beginning when I first started, Josh Allen has always had problems with us when the Bills come into MetLife Stadium. He has 21 career turnovers against the Jets. That's 11 interceptions, 10 fumbles. The Bills are a 2.5 point favorite going into this game. The over-under is 40.5. And I also saw this stat as well too. Aaron Rodgers is 26 has 26 straight games of not throwing 300 yards dating back to his days in Green Bay. Well, that win against the Patriots, I will say this. Aaron Rodgers would have had 300 yards if Aaron Rodgers' last pass against to Garrett Wilson was mistimed. So I'll give him a pass on that, but still, 26 straight games is 26 straight games. So let's let's hope that Aaron Rodgers could actually have his coming out party. I really believe that Aaron Rodgers will run a track meet on the Buffalo Bills defense. And I also expect the running game to be better with Brees Hall and Braylon Allen with under new offense coordinator Todd Downing. So I expect the Josh Allen to actually go at least 2 turnovers because in the last game at home he threw 3 picks to Jordan Whitehead. So I expect for Josh Allen to not play a clean game at all. So let's get to the stats of the Jets on offense. The Jets are 17th in passing with 1,031 yards. And they are 17th in receiving with 1,129 yards. They're 25th in first downs with 20. They're last in the league in rushing with 402, and they're 23rd in points per game. On the defensive side, the Jets are 4th in sacks. They're 25th in interceptions with 2, and 22nd in forced fumbles with 3, and 18th in the NFL with 200 tackles. On special teams, they're 29th in field goals made with 6. They're 29th in field goal percentage with 75%. They're 20th in extra points made, and they are 13th in extra points being made. So that's everything as far as the New York Jets go. Let's go to the Buffalo Bills side of the equation. The Bills are 24th in passing yards with 908. They are 26th in receiving yards with 950. They're 21st in first downs with 23. They're 13th in rushing with 591. They're fifth in the league in points. They have 142 points. That's on the offensive side. On the defensive side, the Bills are 15th in sacks with 13. They're 7th in picks with 5. They're 9th in the NFL in forced fumbles with 5. They are 4th in the league in tackles with 224. On special teams, they are 20th in field goals made. They are 24th in field goal percentage with 80%. They're third in extra points made with 16, and they're 22nd in the league in extra point percentages with 94.1. So my prediction for this game is I think that the Jets are going to cover the 2.5. The over under is 40.5. I think they're going to win 24-17. Mark it down, 24-17. And that's all I have to say when it comes to what's going on this week. Again, this is going to be a short show, but before I get on out of here for the weekend, let's get to my favorite portion of the podcast, and that is my new follower shout out. Like I said, on my YouTube, on my X and Instagram, I always check who are following me for the first time. So I want to give a shout out to the new followers that just follow me on Instagram. Mile High Jets Fan 82. Mile High Jets Fan 2.0, Jets Craze, and Jets Fan PB. So that's all I have for today. But and anyway, I cannot thank you enough to my fellow Jets fans for the love and support on this podcast. You guys are awesome. If you're listening to this for the first time, please do me a favor. Wherever you're listening at and wherever device you listen to, please go to X, Instagram, and or YouTube and go to the search box and type my username, MHJetsFan83, which is one word. I'll be posting this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. And as I mentioned, please like my video, leave a comment, subscribe. Let's hope the Jets can actually get out of this 2-game losing streak and get back in the win column. Because believe it or not, if we end up winning this game, we are 3-3 tied with the Buffalo Bills. But the thing is, we have the tiebreaker over the Buffalo Bills because we have 2 division wins. So let's see what happens. So I am out for the weekend. This is, like I said, this is a very short and sweet podcast. So I can't thank you guys enough. So until then, I'll be right back on this next week to recap the game. So Jet fans, take care, and I will talk to you soon. And as always, JETS, Jets. See you later.